Hey guys, so today I want to talk about 6 things that you should totally do a few weeks before you go into labor. Now, these are some things that I was lucky enough to have some really amazing friends and family around me that told me about some of these things before I got pregnant the first time, during my first pregnancy. So I was prepared. But the other half of these things, nobody told me, and I just learned the second time around after going through pregnancy the first time. So I thought I would come on and share these things with you because they really are like life-changing. And it's those like little things that make a really huge difference, because those first few weeks postpartum, guys, is like absolutely crazy. So anything that you can do now or a few weeks before you go into labor to get ready for that is just going to help the whole process so much more. Because listen, you're going to be hormonal, you're going to be exhausted because you're not going to be sleeping, you're not going to be feeling good about yourself, because it's just your body doesn't go back to itself that much, and sometimes it's just super disappointing to see yourself that way, and so it makes you more depressed and you're cranky, and it's a really hard time. So it's really great to do anything you can do before to get prepared. So that's what I want to share with you today. 6 things that I did during my first, half of them during my first, and the second time I did all of these things, and it really helps me tons. And I'm hoping that it will help you too. So before I begin, I just want to introduce myself just in case you've never heard me before. I am Michelle Marie, the creator of the Fit Mom to Be Pregnancy Workout Program and the BBAPP, Better Body After Pregnancy Program. Both been, the pregnancy program has been online for about 7 years, probably one of the best-selling online pregnancy workout programs, and I've had the honor to work with 40,000 pregnant women in the last few years, and it's been totally amazing. So I love pregnancy, and I love helping women have a better pregnancy. I am a foodie, I love food, I love to eat, I love to exercise, but I don't like to do anything that makes me feel like it's work or it's a diet, and I love to do things that I enjoy. So everything that I teach to pregnant women or moms or non-moms is always very balanced, because that's just who I am and what I believe in. So anyways, that's a little bit about me. So I want to just jump right in and not waste any of your time and talk to you about these 6 things. So I wrote them down because I want to make sure that I do not miss any of them. So the first one you may have heard before, and if you haven't, this is literally life-changing. So the first one is make freezer meals. This is so life-changing for the first few weeks of postpartum, because the last thing you want to do, you guys, is have to eat unhealthy food, because you just were pregnant for 9 months and now the baby's out, but you still kind of look and feel like you're pregnant, and it's not good. You don't feel good, and you don't want to be, you want to like diet right away, and you can't, especially if you're nursing and you're exhausted. So it's really hard to eat super duper clean at the beginning. So you just want to be able to be prepared and have healthy meals available. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, or maybe somebody's told you, well, you'll have plenty of people to bring you over meals. Like, yeah, I knew my mom would come and bring me meals, but it wasn't what I wanted to eat. It wasn't what I knew I needed to eat. I knew that she would just bring me like a yummy meal, but I knew that I would want to eat healthy right away, because I knew I'd want to quickly get my body back. So it's super easy to do this. It's really not any extra time. Ready for this? If say when you're 36 weeks, just those last those 2 weeks, like week 36 and 37, whatever you're making for those weeks, make double. Just make sure you're not eating you don't make foods that are super high fibrous, so not a lot of veggies in it, not a lot of spicy food, because if you're nursing, that's gonna affect the baby. So for example, I'd make like a salsa chicken in the crock pot, and instead of making 2 pounds, which I normally would make, I would make 4 pounds. And so I would eat one for that night, and then the other half I would put in a container. I just bought a bunch of recyclable or reusable containers, and that way when I was done, I would just throw them away. So 4 or 5 days out of each of the last 2 weeks, or 36, 37, just cook double of everything and package half of it and put it in the freezer. I'm telling you, it's going to be so relieving for you to do that. And you'll feel good because you get a lot of mom guilt also. during those first few weeks postpartum, if you have another child at home, or even you feel bad about your husband because you're not paying much attention to him because you're so consumed by the baby, that it feels kind of good to know that like your family's taken care of. That even though you're tired and you're exhausted and you're all about your baby, that your husband has good meals, your other baby or your other child has good meals, healthy meals, and that you are able to eat healthy and work on quickly getting your body back. So that's number one. Freezer meals, life-changing. And there's a post on my website if you want to go check that out. You can just go on there and search freezer meals, and where I share a bunch of recipes that are perfect for postpartum. Okay, so you can check those out. Okay, number two, buy cute big panties. Okay, like nobody tells you this, and they should. So you bleed for like weeks after you go into labor, after you have your baby, and you can't wear a thong. You have to wear a big pad, and it's gross, and you will feel even grosser if you have to wear these big grandma panties. It's just so hard postpartum because your belly still looks like you're pregnant and you feel gross and you're not sleeping, and it's just so kind of like degrade. It just doesn't feel good to be wearing these big panties. And sometimes people, like the first time somebody did tell me like make sure you get big panties, and I was like, who could feel good in big panties? So what I did is I went to Victoria's Secret. You don't have to go to Victoria's Secret. You could go anywhere you want. But I got like boy shorts, like cute little boy shorts. And so that's what I got, probably like 12 of them. And I used those. And it just made me feel like more like a woman, like just better. Because it's gross. You just feel gross. And just wearing big grandma panties is just, it doesn't feel good. So make the investment. Go to whatever store you want and get either like cute grandma panties, I don't know if those exist, or just get cute little boy shorts because it's perfect. You don't even see them underneath your clothes. They're comfortable, and most importantly, it will hold a pad, okay? And you won't feel gross. Okay, so that one is huge. Okay, number three, stock up on all these things. Nobody told me about this. I learned this after the first one. Colace. Stool softener. Okay, you guys, if you have whether you have a natural birth or not, but if I had 2 natural, so that's all I can tell you, but I had stitches down there and it hurts. And if you had a natural birth, then you may also have hemorrhoids, and it just doesn't feel good, and it's a little bit scary to go to the bathroom. Number 2. So make sure that before you go into labor, before you have that baby, you have a box of Colace or some sort of stool softener, and take it. Okay, it's safe even if you're nursing because it'll help you be able to go to the bathroom. Because if not, then with the cramps of the uterus and when you nurse and just feeling yucky down there, and then not being able to go to the bathroom is just terrible. So Colace, very important. Number 2, nipple cream. If you're nursing, make sure you get this, because for sure your nipples are gonna get torn up, and the nipple cream helps so much. And listen, yeah, you can tell your husband or whoever's at your house to run out and get it, but this is what I found. Like, it made me furious when my husband wanted to run out to the store, or if we needed something and he needed to run out to the store, because I didn't want anybody to go anywhere and get me anything. I just wanted hands at home by my side to help me with the baby, or to give me a chance to go to the bathroom, or to wash my hair, or to give me a moment to breathe. So you want to try and do everything possible so that you have everything you're going to need for the next few weeks postpartum at home, and nobody needs to leave, because then also the hubby's kind of tired and he would like a little bit of a break, and not that he doesn't deserve one, but you're not going to get one for a little bit. So you just don't want anybody running out and leaving you. You want as much help as you can. So having that nipple cream at home already is going to help. lip balm or any kind of lip moisturizer. If you're nursing especially, you are going to be so dehydrated. So make sure you drink tons of water, but your lips are probably most likely going to get chapped. So make sure that if you don't already have some, that you stock up on something like Aquaphor or like Burt's Bees, like chapstick or some sort of lip moisturizer. And you'll see that in the mornings, I talk about this in my Better Body After Pregnancy program. The first few modules I talk about getting prepared and a mindset and just organizing yourself, and I talk about every morning once you kind of get yourself ready for the day, kind of get all of the baby's needs and everything that you're going to need together and put it in one place so that everything is in one place and you feel organized and you've got everything you need. But that'll be something that the stool. I remember having the Stool Softener and the Nipple Cream and the lip moisturizer and a bottle of water and the diapers and wipes and all those kind of things all in one place. So that's something that you're going to use tons of. And the last thing is pads. Okay, because the hospital will send you home with some, but they are like this big and like this thick and like they're horrendous. So the first time I came home, and of course I don't normally use pads, so I was like, somebody has to go run out and get me some. And like I said, you don't want anybody leaving your side. You want as much help as you can all the time. So just a few weeks before your due date, when next time you go to the grocery store, get like just a bunch of packs and just keep them at home, and maybe with wings, long and with wings, because you bleed and you bleed a lot. I bled for almost 9 weeks the first time. So just make sure you have plenty. Okay, so those are the 4 things to stock up on. Now, number 4, a belly band or girdle. This is life-changing. I really am a huge advocate of belly bands. I wore mine for 6 weeks both times, and I really think that that's one of the main reasons, well, other than, of course, working out throughout my entire pregnancies, but I mean, my belly went back to normal so quickly, and I put that thing on as much as I slept with it. And listen, if you can't afford one, the hospitals actually have a really, really great one. So the first time I didn't know this, but the second time, the nurse actually offered it to me. And it's like this wide, it covers your entire belly. And it's like a band, like an elastic band, and it has Velcro, and so you can adjust it as your uterus starts going back to normal, starts shrinking. You can tighten it more and more, because sometimes you buy one and you don't know what size, and then all of a sudden you bring it to the hospital with like all the best intentions of wearing it, and it doesn't fit you, and it sucks. Then you have to order another one and spend more money, and so those hospital ones are really, really great, and you can tighten that thing so freaking hard. And every day I would see my belly just come in. It just helps pull everything back together. All your organs and muscles are distended, and it really helps pull everything back in. Now, I do love Belly Bandit, and I do love the Gabriella, which I can put links to both of those from Amazon on here. Those are really great, and that's something you definitely have to order beforehand, and also make sure that you get one in the hospital. The nurses have them, they're there, like in the hospital. Okay, so that will help so much, pull everything back to normal and help you flatten that belly so much. I'm telling you, every single person I know that's used one has really thought it made a huge difference. Okay, so that's 4. Number 5, buy some appetizers. Now you know that all your friends and all your family is gonna come over to meet the baby and to see you. And again, the last thing you want is anybody having to run out and leave you home alone with the baby and your other baby if you have another child. You want as much help as at home. So you want to be able to stock up on all these things. There are things you could have at home before you go to the hospital to have your baby. So we stocked up on like cheeses and crackers and dips and salsas and cookies and wafers, and I made sure I had coffee and tea. We stocked up on beer and wine and champagne, and we just had, the house was stocked so that, we rarely had visitors for like 3 weeks straight. Like almost every single day someone came over, and it was just so great to not have to figure it out and like run to the store and take it. We already knew what we had, and it was just a matter of taking it out. So that really helps tons. And the last one is something that I think is really cute. It's a sleep pee poop book. It's a little book. It's about this size, maybe a little bigger. And in it, it has a little chart, and it says sleep, pee, poop. I think that's it. Maybe something else. And you just log the times that like your baby goes to sleep. I think it may say play also. The time your baby goes to sleep, the time the baby wakes up, the time the baby pees, the time the baby poops, the time the baby eats. And it's so helpful. That was another thing that I had in my little station when I woke up, with like the lip balm and the nipple cream and the mother's milk tea and the diapers and wipes and all those things. I had like a little basket, and I had all those things in there, and in there I always had that, and just I would log everything, and it really helped me to understand the baby better and to get the baby on a schedule a lot faster, because then like I remember like even in the middle of the night when the baby was up, just looking through it and going, okay, she slept 2 hours, she slept 2 hours, okay, and it's really, really helpful. And you know what I did is I kept the first one, and when I had the second one, I was able to like week 2 look back and be like, oh well, he was sleeping 4 hours straight here, why is she, and what can I do? And it's just really helpful to, like I said, get the baby on a schedule quicker. And like if something's wrong and you need to call the pediatrician, you can answer pretty much any question, because you can look back if the baby's gassy or colicky, like you really are tired or fussy, you could go back and see kind of what the baby's habits are. And it's really great. It's also really cute to look back on later on. I saved mine, and it's just great to have. So anyways, there you go. 6 tips, 6 things that you should do a few weeks before you go into labor. I'm telling you, it'll help you so much, because you don't want to be scrambling. When you're tired, you're cranky, you're hormonal, you don't feel good about yourself, you don't have time for anything. So do all these things, get prepared, and I promise you will think of me when you have that little baby in your first week's postpartum and you're like, so relieved I did all these things, okay? So hopefully that helps you. My name is Michelle Marie again, and what I do is fitness. That's my thing, that's my gig, that's what I love. And one of the reasons why I love pregnancy is because I had 2 really great ones. And I really credit exercise and eating healthy to why I had such great pregnancies. I was able to feel confident and feel good about myself, and I was able to move my whole pregnancy, and I didn't have aches and pains, and I only gained 20 pounds both pregnancies. And even though the second one I had tons of problems, placenta previa, fractured my toe, I was on crutches, I was on bed rest, but I really feel like I was able to bounce back and get my body back, and even better than pre-pregnancy, because I worked out during my pregnancy. So it really does make a huge difference. So if you're not working out right now and you're pregnant, I just want to encourage you to do that. And if you kind of feel alone and you're not sure what's safe and what not, I would be honored to share with you my pregnancy workout program. I've had probably about 40,000 women go through it. And we have a really great community online, a private Facebook group, and the girls are just so supportive and inspiring, and it just makes such a huge difference to exercise during pregnancy. If you are watching this and you are postpartum, and you are feeling like just so disorganized and so out of whack and so all over the place, and you just can't get into a routine, and you want to get your body back, but you can't seem to figure out the timing, you can't figure out when to exercise and how to exercise and what you can do when, like what can you do before you get clearance and what can you do after, and how should you progress it, and how should you eat to be able to lose weight but you're still nursing. I cover a diastasis recti, the core, the belly. I talk about all those things in such detail in my pregnancy workout program, or not my pregnancy, in the postpartum program. It's a video module program where it's me on video just like this, and I literally go through every single thing you can possibly go through during postpartum, and I help you go through it. So you will not feel alone. So if you're feeling any of those things, if you're postpartum, or if you think you'll feel those, I just want to encourage you to try that as well. I know that there is nothing like that, because when I was postpartum, I was actually looking for something, because even though this is my life, like I've been a fitness and health coach for almost 20 years, you're just so tired and you can't think, that I just wanted somebody to kind of guide me through it. Like I just wanted to do what somebody told me and not have to think about another thing. And nobody got it. All the we're like these workout programs that I was like, I just had a baby. I was just pregnant for like 9 months. Like, do you have any idea how I feel or what I'm going through? Do you have any idea what my life is right now with a toddler and a newborn? Like, I don't have time to do that program. I don't have time to do that workout. I can't do that. So I can't not eat carbs. Are you kidding me? I'm not sleeping. I'm up in the middle of the night. And I nursed, and then I'm famished. I could eat like an entire house. And you want me to not eat carbs? Nobody got it. So that was why I created the postpartum program. And also because I had the pregnancy program for so long, and all the girls after the program were like, now what? Like, well, where's your postpartum program? So finally, after all of that, I put it together, and I just launched it about a month ago. And it's doing amazing, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm so excited to be able to help you guys with that now. So those are the 2 ways I can help you. If you're pregnant or postpartum and you need a little bit of guidance or help, I'm here for you. I'll post both those links in the comments. If you watch this on the replay, or if you're watching this anywhere else, feel free to leave comments, leave questions, and I will make sure to come back and answer all of them. I will see you guys soon.